Hello Flosstube, remember me? I'm VintageSewGal. My name is Stephanie and I am primarily a cross stitcher. This is my Flosstube number 9 over here on my VintageSewGal channel. I did have a channel previously and have more videos there. There'll be a link down below. This channel is, like I said, primarily about cross stitching, although I do several other crafts. I sew and other things I get into on occasion, and I may show you those as well. Today's Flosstube number 9 is pretty much going to be a StitchCon recap. I just got back from StitchCon on Tuesday, made it back to Texas. We took a little 2 days to go, and so I have lots of things to show you and tell you about. If you are new here, let me tell you a little bit about me. My name is Stephanie. I am a high school English teacher. My kids are all grown. I live at home with my 2 cats, Hugo and Pearl. I am a cross stitcher. I'm a reader, as you can tell. I sew, I quilt. I did do a little bit of dabbling into historical costuming, but that's kind of taken a back burner at the moment. I like things that are crafty and enjoy doing that. I also collect antique and vintage sewing machines, so that's where my name came from, VintageSewGal. But I also am a pretty big in general antiques collector, so I like all things vintage, so there you go. So let's get into this. StitchCon. For those of you that aren't familiar, StitchCon is a gathering of Flosstubers and cross stitchers from around the world once a year. They do it for 2 weekends. 2 weekends a month in June. 2 weekends a month. 2 weekends in June. I went to weekend A this year. Last year we went to weekend B. I rode up this year with my friend Stephanie, who lives in the DFW area. Yes, we have the same name. She spells hers with 2 N's, though. So we drove up. I'll just tell you a little bit about the trip. We left my house around 8:30 last Wednesday morning, and we drove to Little Rock, where we stopped at a little local needle shop there called the Shepherd's Needle, and we spent about 30 minutes in there and bought a couple of things, which I'll show you later. And then we went on our way, and we drove as far as Clarksville, Tennessee that day and spent the night. And we got up bright and early Thursday morning and drove the rest of the way to Cincinnati and arrived at StitchCon. So it was a very pleasant trip. The first day was a little bit long, but it wasn't horrible. We arrived in Clarksville about 7:30 at night, and we had several stops along the way, so it really wasn't that bad. And then we only had about a 4.5-hour trip for the second day, and we got to StitchCon about 1:45 in the afternoon, which was great. We had time to relax before everything got going. So let me show you some things from StitchCon. So they gave us this wonderful StitchCon badged tote bag. It's nice sturdy canvas, and there were a couple of things in the bag. First was a journal with a pen that's also you can use it on your tablet. So it's a little blank journal, and I saw some people collecting people's addresses and names, and I just totally spaced on that and didn't even do it. I should have. That would have been amazing. So a little journal. So that's really cool. We also got, everyone gets a passport with everything you need to know about StitchCon in it. The Flosstubers that were there. I'm on here somewhere. There I am. Right there. And we also got some stickers. So the keepsakes bus, the picture, StitchCon bus, the Stitchy bus, the picture of keepsakes, things that say StitchCon. So that's really cool. On our way out on the last day, you get all of the findings to make a charm. So I've got one somewhere on a pair of scissors from last year, so I have another one to make a scissor fob for this year. So that is the stuff from StitchCon. So let me show you the things that I bought while I was at StitchCon. So we'll start off, let me find the stuff from the shepherd's needle. Okay, so this is one thing I got at Shepherd's Needle. It's a Satsuma Street kit for these two little stitched and beaded ornaments. It has everything you need except for the stuff to put on the back. So that was one purchase. Hold on one moment. It's gotten all mixed up. I also got this from Praiseworthy Stitches. It's a little berry kit and also a kit to make that scissor fob that's on there. So it has everything you need in there. The floss and stuff is in there, and the finishing instructions. And yeah, last thing that I got at Shepherd's Needle was this from Thistles. It's the Halloween collection, which I love the little shelf with all of the witchy stuff on it. So yes, that's the stuff I got at the Shepherd's Needle. I didn't spend a whole lot there because I knew I was going to want to shop at StitchCon. Okay, so for StitchCon, they have an annex, and you can go in and there are charts to buy and samples to look at, and models to look at, and lots of good stuff. So I bought this from Lindy Stitchies because it's hilarious and I love it. I love that cat with the little bat on his tail. Sorry about the glare. There you go. And then I got this from Bent Creek, Educated, because, you know, I'm an English teacher, and books, cats, etc. And one of my cats is a gray cat. This was the StitchCon chart that Sue Hillis did this year, and several of us are going to start stitching it in I think July 1st. Check out iStitcher on Instagram because she's one of the organizers of this, so I'll probably be starting it with them. And oh, I got a couple of needle minders from Rebel Stitcher. Oh, the magnet came off. One sec. Okay, so this one just cracked me up, and it's metal, and I ended up for part of the time wearing it as a pin, and I could stick my scissors on it or my needles on it while I was stitching, and yeah, it cracked me up. So I got that one, and then I also got, can you see this one? It says potty mouth. Yeah, that made me laugh as well. And from Wild Violet Cross Stitch, this little bag, which I have the pattern. I bought it a long time ago and I haven't stitched it yet, and I really want to, and now I've got the bag so I can kit it up and put it in this. So nice little zipper pouch to carry projects in. Okay, also I bought this. This is a little bag. This is from Forbidden Fiber Co. And if you've watched some of my videos before, you know that I love their flosses and I'm in their floss club. So I had seen these on the Annex preview when we went in, but there was no, they don't put prices out or anything. It's just for you to look. And I just thought, oh, what a cute bag. So I went in when we were able to go in and start purchasing and realized it's a kit. So it is a bag. Oh, and it has a cute little charm on it. It is this pattern called A Stitcher's Life. And all the flosses. Now, they were all slightly different, and I'll explain why in just a second. So all the flosses and the fabric, which, can you tell this is opalescent? Okay, so if you look on the back of the pattern, it's basically a choose your own adventure. It says pick a color, pick a brown, pick a color, pick a gray, pick a gray, pick a color, pick a color. So the floss packs, some of the fabrics were different. They weren't all this. Stephanie got one and hers was a pinkier color. But they made sure that you have a brown. See, here's the brown. They made sure that you had 2 different grays. And they made sure, yeah, they made sure you had a brown, 2 different grays. And then they just put other colors in. So it's kind of a choose your own adventure pattern. I did get started. This was my StitchCon start. And here's how much I have done so far. I'm really enjoying it. And this is 32 count opalescent linen. Trying to see if you can see the sparkles in it. And it's been a lot of fun so far. So I don't know if these were exclusive to StitchCon or not, or if you'll be able to buy them from Forbidden Fiber Co. Later. So maybe you can. But I love this purchase. Running out of room. Okay, so I also, let's see what else I got here. I went back to, oh, I also got this from the Annex. Hello from Liz Matthews. If you know me, you know I like the kind of spoopy Halloween-y stuff. So I loved all the little faces on the pumpkins, and especially the bats were really cool too. So that'll be a start at some point. Let's see what else is in here. We did get to ride the Stitchy Bus, and I went to Keepsakes. I didn't buy a whole lot there. I got this tiny cute little Prairie Schooler bee, which I just thought he was adorable. I bought this Plum Street Samplers from My Heart to Your Hand. I thought it would maybe make a neat item for the Smalls Exchange next year. And I forgot. I got a pack of stickers at Shepherd's Needle. I got a Zappy Dots with 310, the Keepsakes cat. And I bought some Grandpa's sleeve. I love this fabric. And I got a fat quarter of 40 count Grandpa's sleeve by XQ Designs. Don't know what I'm going to put on it. I'll find something eventually. One of my favorite fabrics. So I believe that is everything that I bought. I didn't go hog wild this year buying a lot of stuff like I did last year. But let me talk a little bit about the freebies. I grabbed this freebie chart, and I'm going to fold it over so you can't see the chart. But it's for a biscornu, and it's a little frog. I saw it stitched up at Keepsakes and thought it was adorable, so I grabbed that in case I might want to make a frog. And then on our table when we arrived, and I'm just going to put these up really quick, there were some charts from Hello from Liz Matthews, Heart in Hand and Works by ABC, and then the StitchCon chart. But I'm not going to leave them up there very long. And then they always have a freebie table, which is amazing. It is people bring stuff that they don't want anymore, and then you're allowed to take whatever you want. So I found a few patterns that I couldn't live without. One of them is I got the Mirabilia Mermaid of Atlantis, which is one of my favorite ones. I'd never heard of this company before, Sassafras Samplers, and this is a reproduction called Christian Henry 1816. And I like these patterns from Fern Ridge, and there was a chart from a magazine for one of their their needle book things for the gatekeepers. So I picked that up. Also, I am trying to get several of the Raise the Roof fences. So I found the spooky fence, and I found Patty's fence. And also I got Helga Hagg's beauty bag. These are kind of hard to find, and I really like them, so I try to grab them when I see them. Also on the table, someone put this. I don't know why, but it's a Gowron totem bag. Can you believe it? So I love the little Frankie and monsters and the airplanes, and aren't they cute? And it has cute bats and pumpkins on spiders on the inside. So now I have a project bag for bigger stuff. And then there's more. I found this. This is Artist Design's new book, Charting My Needle Art Legacy. Basically, it's a journal, like it says here, a guided journal, needle art journal, and inventory notebook for my heirloom stitching pieces after I pass away. It has things for you to write and journal about your stitching, and then places to categorize, to do that, and say who you want your pieces to go to when you pass away, which I thought that was a pretty interesting thing. And I think this is a brand new book, so pretty cool. All right, so that's all of the freebies. I didn't grab tons and tons and tons of freebie stuff like I did last year either. I was better able to restrain myself this year. I also did not have a whole lot of time to create things to swap this year because the school year kicked my butt. And so, but I did make some things for my Tablemate. I made ort jars for my Tablemates. And these are little jars, and I put a label that says my ort storage. And inside the lid, I put a magnet so that you can, these I store on the inside while I was traveling so they wouldn't fall out. But so you can put a Frogger, your scissors, a needle on the top, and it won't wander off. And everybody was using them while we were stitching at table 14. One of my table mates, the lovely Vina, I'll link her down below, she brought to share with everyone, and I'll post a picture later on in my video of the bag of floss, but she brought a bag of silk floss, Vicky Clayton silks, to give away. So that was fun. Really, really like them. Okay, so I am probably not going to have time on this video. We would be here forever if I did, to share all of the things that all of the lovely people at StitchCon passed out and shared and traded and gave away. I did have a few needle minders that I traded things with people, and I hope maybe I can do better next year. A lot of people did floss drops, and they were so creative and so amazing. But you know, the one that takes the cake was my Tablemate, Angela. These were hers. Hold on, I need to open it up so you can get the full effect. These were her floss drops. They're her, both sides, and they're metallic. If you don't follow her on Instagram and Flosstube, you should. She is Angela Loves to Stitch on Flosstube and Instagram. Go find her. She's a hoot. Okay, so like I said, I probably won't have time to share everything, but because this is the bag of stuff that I got from other people at StitchCon. Huge bag. So, like for example, I'm just going to pull off the top. These are from Annie Turner. A little bag of M&Ms. A little mini box from Black Needle Society. And it had, I have the ring already, but it has some floss drops. It has a sticker and a little ruler. Pretty cool, right? I feel so bad that I wasn't able to get my you-know-what together and get some major stuff to hand out. Pumpkin Creek Primitives gave out a pin. It was her 50th birthday, and they did it in style. She did floss drops. There's a needle minder here and a needle in the bag, and then some 310 in the little tin. Let's see what else. Oh, this is from Trixie Tricycle, and it has a little clip so you can, it's like a bag tag, so you can hang it on your project bag. Some of these, which come in handy on big projects. Here's a scissor fob from Julie Dean. Lori did these. So, like I said, I can't go through all of these. Oh, look, here's from Holly, Stitchy Pros. I got a Jafar needle minder because I love Jafar. He is so deliciously bad. So, yeah, here's another pin from Grace Notes. So, yeah, I'm going to be using these floss drops and other things, needle minders, scissor fobs, for quite a while. I bought a little thing on Amazon yesterday to hang all the floss drops on. It just hasn't come yet. So I can't wait to get those all going, hung up, so that I can look at them and check out all these people's floss tubes if I don't follow them already. A lot of them I do. So there's Steph, and there's Pam. So pretty cool, pretty creative. Seb from Bees and Teas. So yeah, this whole bag full of stuff. It's just amazing. So one of the things that they have 3 times, there's one on Friday and 2 on Saturday, is a smalls exchange. I will put a picture in at the end of my smalls exchange that I gave away, but my smalls exchange that I got, it's right there, right above my head. I'll get it. Hold on. I ended up getting my Tablemates small. It's Puffins from Iceland. And she wrote a really nice note. It's and I've kept it, but the puffins are primarily live in Iceland. The polka dot fabric is supposed to represent the snow. The blue fabric in the back represents the northern lights. The bow here is the colors of the Icelandic flag, and there's another little puffin here. And her boyfriend made the little hornbook and holders from a tree in their neighborhood. So this is all totally Icelandic. And she also gave me a little pin cushion and a puffin sculpture. This little head is adjustable. It's magnetic, and you can turn it however you want to. Isn't he cute? And a little box. Oops, sorry about that. A little box of puffin mints from Iceland. So I absolutely love it. I love everything I got. And it's in a place of honor on my shelf. So those were always so much fun. Watching people open their stuff, watching people open your stuff is fun. And seeing all the neat and creative ways that people finish stuff is also pretty good. One of the other things they have at StitchCon is a brag table. Basically, you put things out that you have finished, and it's just kind of like, look what I did. So I only took one piece this year, and I took Cooper. And I know on my last Flosstube video, I showed Cooper because I had finished him, but I haven't shown how I fully finished him. I found this little this little metal bird cage at a thrift store, and I knew that it would be perfect to finish Cooper on. So this is what I put on the brag table this year. I'm pretty proud of myself. I think it looks pretty good. And he hangs proudly in my living room. Alright, so StitchCon is amazing. We stitch, we talk. Well, we talk more than we stitch. We eat, we visit. There are raffles that they raise money for a charity every year. We did amazing. I think we made Barbara cry, which, go us, I guess. We did such a good job with our fundraising for the charity. Like I said, we do a little bit of stitching, so let me show you what I stitched on. I've already showed you the one piece. I had the StitchCon start with the Forbidden Fiber Co. Let me show you what else I worked on. This is a pattern from Ink Circles. Sorry about that. And this was her June, I think it was June, Patreon freebie. I'm on her Patreon, and it's buttons, and there are needles and some more buttons and things, and I was doing really good. Got the border finished, trucking right along, hoping I might have a finish at StitchCon because this was moving pretty fast. And then I stitched this in the wrong color. It was supposed to be brown, this color. So what I decided I would do is just switch whatever was supposed to be brown with this green and whatever was supposed to be green with the brown and go on. Well, then I stitched this much brown and it's not lining up because there's a mistake way back over here in the green, which means I'm going to have to frog it. So I worked on this like until sometime Friday, and then I just put it up and I never pulled it back out again because I'm kind of mad at myself. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the green out and stitch it correctly. And I don't know if you can tell, this fabric has little pink spots on it. So I think it'll be really cute once it's finished. And I don't think I have a picture. Oh no, yes I do. Here is what it would look like all finished up. It's called it's the May Patreon chart, not the June. So I think it will be a whole lot of fun. It won't take me that long to frog it. I was just mad at myself, and that's why I put it up. One of the other things that I was working on is also in ink circles, and it is limited edition, and I got this as a kit from Ink Circles, and I worked on this some in the late night stitchy room and in the hotels when we spent the nights, and it's a lot of fun to do. So it is all in Weeks Dye Work flosses. So there is limited edition. And the last thing I worked on, mostly in the late night stitchy room, is my cryptids. I haven't worked on them in forever. This is a whip go piece for June, so I pulled it out to work on while I was at StitchCon. You can't really see, but I got a whole bunch of this bottom done one evening, and then I started on Bigfoot right here. So yeah, I'm way behind on cryptids. It's already finished and she's starting the next Sal. So yeah, I need to get to working on this and get it finished. But I did get all of this done in one of the late night stitchy room sessions, so I'm really proud of myself there. So what can I say about StitchCon? If you have never been, you should go. You really should try to go at least once, but then once you go, you'll probably want to go every time. And it is amazing, all the people you meet, all the people you talk to, visit with, and the things that you have in common. And I just leave rejuvenated and ready to stitch some more. My stitchy mojo had kind of been gone for a while. I've been stitching, just not to the level that I had stitched at before, and now I want to stitch all the things again. So it really helps in that way. So I think that's about all I have to show you and to talk about. I don't see anything else. If you want to, if you haven't done so, click the subscribe button down there and subscribe to me. I'll try to get back to posting more regularly. I'm out for the summer, so I can do that. I'm also VintageSewGal pretty much everywhere. So I'm VintageSewGal on Instagram, VintageSewGal on TikTok, and VintageSewGal on Twitch. I have yet to start streaming on Twitch, but I'm working on it. So if I can get up the courage, I will be streaming on Twitch pretty soon. It just intimidates me for some reason. I don't know why. So I am going to insert some of the photos and the videos and things that I took at StitchCon here on the end of my video, and I hope you enjoy them, and I will see you next time. Happy stitching!